In yesterday's session, we discussed about the constraints. So what is constraint and why do we need to create constraints? And also we have seen the table creation script, DDL and DML, the types of SQL statements, so DDL, DML and DCL. So DDL stands for data definition language and DML stands for data manipulation language and DCL stands for data control language. And most of the time the DCL commands like a grant, revoke, deny, these commands are used by database administrator. So they will this. Let's say you have created a table. For example, in our case, we have created the demo database. And for you, if I want to give let's say you belong to another database. If I want to give access to my table, I can give select access so that from your database, if you want to access my tables, in that case, what will happen is you will have to have the select privilege and insert, update, delete also. Okay, select is read only. You can query my table only when I grant select privilege to you. And similarly, only when I grant to insert, update, delete, you can insert the data into my table. Okay, that and all we will see it later. And we will start with the very basic thing. Admin part also a little bit, we will see it later. And this is the in the script we have used it in yesterday's session. The same script I just shared with you. And I believe all of you have created this table and loaded this data. Okay. And we will work with this data set and the tables which we created yesterday, right? And we inserted the data in yesterday's session. So what we will do is we will start play around with this tables. I will just open the notepad here. And in this one, I just say, for example, let's come back with some kind of business requirements. Let's, the display, simple requirement, display all the data from the employee table. This is one assignment. And second one is, how do we find out the unique jobs from the table? Before that, we will just take a look at this table and then we will see what are the columns are there. For example, in this case, yeah, currently we are in demo database. We make sure that we connect to the demo database. How do we connect to the demo database? We have a lot of databases are there. If I want to connect to or select any database where I want to work, need to use the command use. Reserved word is use. Use is nothing but select the database, the desired database or the database which you want to work. So in my case, demo database, demo. You don't have to type the entire database name. Look here, when I type the first three letters, it started displaying the, it started displaying the database that, created with that name. Okay, it gives me use database and go. Okay, what I will do is I'll just select these things. I just select these two things and then I'm going to execute this. Now we are in the demo database. Currently, we are in the demo data. This is how you can get into the demo database. Okay, now I just want to see the column names. What are the columns that belongs to the employee table and department table? When you click next to the table, the plus icon, it will get expanded and then you can go and check the columns here. And here also you can see the columns here. Alternatively, you can use SP help in employee table. Executing the query. What is SP help? SP help is the system defined stored procedure. Okay, someone has already created this procedure, stored procedure. All we do is we just reuse this stored procedure. So with this also we can see that, but the advantage of this one is everything you can see it in the tabular format. The employee number, these are the columns are there, and what the foreign key, primary key, column, everything we can see it in one go. Otherwise, you need to expand each and every folder to see the constraints, everything. But here, everything you can see it holistically. Okay, fine. The employee number, job column is there, everything is there. What I am going to do is I'm going to interactively, I'm going to start interact with these tables using my select queries. I just want to display all the information, all the data from my employee table. How do I do that? Select star from. Yes, Pavi, I will cover the advanced part also. Don't worry. We'll start with simple. Okay. Click on execute. Yes, very good. It is showing all the columns and the records. Okay. All the records and columns belongs to employee table. We can see it now. How many number of records are there? So in the results window at the right corner bottom, you can see that 14 rows are there in this table. Very good. Okay. And next one is we will select only the subset of the columns and subset of the data. I'm going to now what I do is I just reuse this query. In the interest of time, I just copy paste this and I just say here ename comma. Okay, here it is there ename comma 1 second. Ename comma job comma salary. Okay, from like I said, it is not a case sensitive. The column name, table name, and all, including the queries also. Look here, it is working fine. If you want to select only the specific columns, you can specify the column name here. The select is the reserved word and from is the reserved word, and rest of them are the column name. So the followed by the select, you need to specify the list of columns. Whatever the columns that you wanted to view the data, right? You specify those columns and followed by that, which table you need to tell. So these columns may be available in some other table also, same columns. Hence, you need to tell, in which table you want to query these 3 columns. Fine. You need to list out the columns, followed by the select, and followed the from, you need to specify the table name. Very simple. Next one is how do I select only these specific records? There are a number of ways we can select only the subset of the data. Now we have selected the subset of the columns, only 3 columns out of the total number of columns. And now what I do is I just go here next to the e name and I'm going to say top. There is a command available top function. Okay, top is a built-in function. Top. I just want to display only the top 5 records. I don't want to see all the records. Okay, top 5 e-name. And if you select this query, and I'm going to press F5 in the interest of time. Very good. Out of the total number of records, now we are able to see only the top 5 records. Got it? Because we don't want to see the entire records. It is always a best practice if you select the top 20 records, top 100 records, because the volume of the data are very huge in the real-time scenario. If you use select star, it will take a lot of time. It consumes a lot of memory and all. Okay. That is the reason why it is not advisable if you use the select star. Okay. And the next one is I want to see, is there any way if I can, instead of using top 5, is there any way that if I can use percent? Let's say I have 100 records are there, 10% of my total records. Is there any way can I query that way based on some percentage? Yes, that is also possible with the top. Yeah, that we'll go step by step because I have a mix of people here. Okay, I don't want to jump to the advanced part according to the mission advanced part. We'll go step by step. Don't worry. Okay. And the top 5. And how do you select the top 10% of the records or 15% of the record here? So here top 5. Here what I do is how many number of records were there? Here select star from employee. And if you say 14 records are there. So if I select 10%, top 10%, I just say top 10%, you can use it here. We can get the top 10 or nth salary, everything, right? We can use, can get using the analytical function also. If I cover analytical function, see various approaches. You can use 3 or 4 methods are available to select these, to select the nth salary, the second top salary, and the fourth the top salary. But it, 4 different approaches are there. Okay, and in that case, I need to demonstrate analytical function also. We'll go step by step. Don't worry, I will cover everything. Okay, percent. Look here. So for the 14 records, 10% how much? 50% is 7, right? And 10% is obviously 2 records here. It displays. So this is a percent. Okay, this is how also you can use it. Okay, I can select the top 5 records, top n records. That is possible. Is there any way if I can select the bottom n record? So for that, it requires some kind of analytical function. I use the analytical functions, something like row number with the over function. Okay, row number, order by. That I will discuss it later. If I show you now, you need more explanation. Hence, I'm good to. You can retrieve the last 5 records, last 10 records also. Using something called row number and over function, you can get it done. That we will see it later. Okay. And the next one is, okay, I have selected, I can select only the subset of the columns, and also I can select subset of the rows along the subset of the columns. And also with the percentage option, based on the percentage also, I can select the subset of the records for the subset of the columns. Good. And what other things? Okay, is there any other way I can filter the data? Yes, that is also possible. How we can filter? We can use some conditions here. Okay. For example, I just select this query. So if you want to filter the data, you need to use the where clause. Okay, you need to use the where clause, where salary is greater than, for example, 50,000, something like that. Okay, I don't know if it is there 50,000. None of them are getting more than 50,000. That is what we can understand. And I just go and okay, first of all, let us see what is the salary they are drawing it here. And 800, yeah, everything is, yeah, 5,000 is there, but that is the maximum salary. Okay. And here what I will do is I just say 2,000. So we can see this one, right? So this is how you can filter the data. You can use the AND condition. You can use multiple filter condition in the where clause itself. That is also possible. And also, if I want to see the salary in ascending order, how can I see that? How can I see that? Okay, in that case, you need to use order by or ascending or descending order. And here order by. Next to this, I just use order by. What is that? Salary and descending order. We want to see the top salaries. Look here, the top salaries are listed first here. So 5,003. The next top 5 salaries 3,000. Okay, and 3,000. 2 guys are earning 3,000 here. Very good. Now you understood how to use the order by. Using order by, you can sort the data in either ascending or descending order. By default, it displays the data in ascending order. Okay. And is there any way, can I use ascending for one column and descending for another column? Is there any way I can do that? Let us give it a try here. Here, order by e-name, ascending, and salary by descending. Because here the employee names are not showing in the ascending order because we have this one, right? Yeah. So now what happened? The employee names are in ascending order, but the salary is not in the descending order. Within this ascending order, it does this way. Okay. But this is the one is helpful. Sorry, in this case, if somebody is asking you, can you give me the can you display the data in descending order? That is possible. In this case, this is very much helpful. And next one is we will look at this one. What is that? What the other columns are there? Employee name. Yes, these are the columns. Are there MGR and hire date, everything. Next one is I'm going to use the unique job groups. Okay, in the employee table, a lot of different jobs are there. We wanted to display the unique jobs. Select here. I put the comment here so that it will be easier for you to understand. Here I just say display all the unique jobs. Employee table. So how do you display the unique values? We have something called distinct function is available. And distinct select distinct in this case it's a job, right? Job from employee table. Yes, Pavi, we will take a look at everything. Okay. Because I have the mix of people, even though they did not attend, they wanted me to go step by step. Okay. So now we can see that the unique jobs or analyst, the unique or the distinct jobs that are there in employee table. Okay, only 5 unique jobs are there: analyst, clerk, manager, president, and salesman. And what are the other columns in the employee table? Commission is there. Okay, in that case, for example, if you want to display the details of employees whose commission is more than their salary, how will you do that? Employees whose salary is uh, greater than their salary. How will you find out? How will you greater than their salary? How do you write the query here? How do you write the query? Select, for example, star from, instead of using star, it is good practice. We'll use these specific columns. Whose salary is greater than the say the salary. Okay. In this case, where class we have to use it to filter the data. Where the salary is, or sorry, the commission is greater than salary. That is what our question. COMM is greater than salary. It's working fine, good. This guy's salary is 1,250. And what is his commission? Ideally, we should have selected commission also for our reference. Commission. Martin is getting more commission than his salary. It's very simple question, but right, it needs some time to think about it. Okay. And other things are like we wanted to see what are the date column. We play around with some date column. Okay. In the date column, we just want to see how we can use this one. We want to see which all employees or those employees hired less than so and so year. Okay. I just use the select star in that case because I need to know the dates, higher dates, Higher date is 1/1980. Okay, what I will do is in this case, I'm going to select this query. See, here the query is display those employees joined before some higher date. Okay, before X is higher date. Okay, X higher date. Okay, some higher date. And for that, how we can use the date column to filter that here. Okay, let me just do one thing. Instead of here, I just say where class we need to simply a higher date. Higher date. I'm going to say higher date is less than or greater than. Okay, higher date is less than some date. Let's say, this is 80, 81 and all is right. So 81. Let's say, they will take this one. I just copy this and I'll put it here. Okay, and if I put it in quotes, will it work? We'll give it a try. We just want to see those employees joined before this date, higher date. Okay, does it works? Yes, it works fine. Very good, great. Okay, and similarly, we can find out between date also. Okay, and for example, those employees hired in so and so date, specific date. How can I find that? Display employees joined in specific dates. How can I see that? I just use the same query where class is required, higher date is also required. After this, I just copy it. And we have something called in class, higher date, and in. I'm going to use in here. And I don't know, in is working here. And okay, I just in. Some date. Okay, is there any way that we can use in class here? Okay, specific dates, can we do it? That is what we are trying to do it. More than one specific dates, those employees join. We want to see their name and other details. And let us do one thing. Yes, this one also working fine. So we can use in class. Using in class, we can specify more than one value here, right? The pattern. You can specify more than one pattern also. Or is there any way if I can select the employees whose salaries falling in some specific range? List the employees whose salary is falling between let's say 20,000. Sorry, here all the values are small, and between let's say 2,000 and 3,000. We want to see those employees. How we can see that? And in this case, I just use the same query. This time in the where class, I need to use what? Salary column. Because we need to do the filtering based on the salary column. Where salary, I don't know if between is available in this one, where salary between, let's say 1,000, 2,000, and sorry, in 3,000. Yes, it is working fine. So between so and so ranges, we want, if you want to select, find out, those employees, the range of salaries, right? Within this range of salaries, you want to find out the employees, because you cannot use in class, right? To put the 2000, because the in class, it takes only text data. Is that correct? Can I use numeric value also here? Okay, let us do one thing. But in this case, even if this works, it gives you only employees, those get salary 2000 and 3000 only, exact thing, right? For example, here 2975, 2975 and 2850, if I give 2850, will this query work for the in class? If I use in class, will it work? Yes, even in this case, it is in class is working. This not only works for the text, even for the numeric values also in class is very much helpful. You can use in class and between, you can use it, or also you can use it. Okay, or mm, select employee salary is greater than, let's say, greater than 1000. 1 second. Can we do this one? And less than 2000. Can we do that? Will it work? Less than or equal to 2000. Let us try this one also. It is not working, right? So here, okay, sorry, greater than and less than. But still it is not working, right? So, and sorry, here I did not specify the column name here. That is why it will work, because the greater than and less than is available in almost all the programming languages. Look here. And here I have given 2000 and 3000. Let us do one thing. 2000 and 3000. Same query, how we can rewrite it in different ways. Are there any difference exists between these two outputs? Can someone tell me? Are there any difference between the output? Both of them are same. You can use either between or less than or greater than or equal to. Output is same, but the queries are different. In the filter criteria, we used the less than comparison operator, right? Or greater than or less than. That is what we used it. Both the outputs are same, and which one is better? Which one is better? So that we cannot tell now. We need to use something called execution plan. With the execution plan, display estimated execution plan, control plus L, if you use it, it will tell you it will enable something like this. This is our execution plan. Okay, and in the execution plan, if you see the cost here, based on the cost, you can decide which one is better. And query cost is 50%, query cost, both the cases same, but we cannot literally go by this statistics, whatever we say, because the volume of the data is not huge. If the volume of the data is very huge, in that kind of situation, if we use the execution plan, with that, you can understand which one is better. Okay, of these two queries, which one is better? Okay, that you will get to know only with the huge volume of data. So if you keep the cursor somewhere here, it gives you everything here: the physical operation, logical operation, storage, and estimated operator cost, and IO cost. Many things are there. Okay, if you say you are an SQL expert and you should be knowing how to interpret these things, at least at a high level. But the simple rule of thumb is, in the interview, if they ask you, or in the project, if they ask you, currently you are in a project, okay, and your query is taking longer time, and you have rewritten the simple thing like this, and you want to compare which query takes of these, both queries produce the same output, and which query cost is less. Lesser the cost, better the performance. What do you mean by cost? Cost is nothing but how much memory and CPUs and IO is used by this query. And same thing here, how much memory, CPU, and IO is used by this query. Whichever query, cost is, see, if the cost is more in the sense, okay, my query is, consuming too much of memory and too much of thing, the cost is very high, and, it takes longer time to process it. But whereas, when I rewrite the query something like this, what is the cost? It is not consuming too much of CPU. It is not, memory is okay, but IO is also not much. This is really good. Okay. Based on the cost, whichever query cost is less, cost is what? Cost is nothing but not in terms of rupees or dollar. Cost here is resources. How much resources each of these queries consumed? Memory. What do you mean by resources? Memory, CPU, IO. These are the cost. Okay. Anyhow, for the time being, I'm going to disable this, toggle this off. This is very much important. Okay. The execution plan is very much helpful to do the performance tuning. It's kind of a diagnostic tool using which you can understand the cost, everything. Okay. And then we have something called what are the employees' names are there? Okay, here I just select this one, and here we'll see this one. Yeah. Okay. Next one is, I just want to check whichever employee names starts with J. Okay, J. How can I find out? We have something like operator. Okay. You want to find out the employees whose names are start with some specific character. Okay. In that case, you need to use where clause here. Where ename like is an operator. Okay. And ename like, for example, here in this case, percentage J, or listen, J percentage if I give. So does it works? There is some syntax error. It was showing that, but after I put the code, it was not there. Okay. Look here, the like function, the J, I have given the J followed by percentage, or I put the J before the percentage. That means give me the name that starts with J. All the names that start with J, I want to see it. You can see it here. So like operator also you understood. Okay. And if you wanted to use, for example, if you want to see, right, JA, I want to see all the names start with JA, then you will see only one. Okay. You can specify more than one value also. And at the same time, if you put the thing at the end, right? Okay. For example, I want to see all the employees whose name end with H. Percentage H. Okay. Smith, his name ends with H. Start with, end with. I will put the comments later. In the interest of time, I just move further, and then we will see that. Okay. And the next one is, we want to see, I want to use the, so far we have used the and, right? And, in, and all. When can we use not? Not. For example, I want to see, select employee name, all the things. Where clause, I am going to use the where clause, where job not in. Okay, where job not in clerk or accounts. We can use not in also. Okay, clerk. In class, we have seen it, and the not is opposite. So it will not see the clerk and thing. So the except excluding clerk and other thing, whatever I mentioned, accountant, except clerk and accountant. Can I see the employee? Those employees that don't belong to accountant or those employees are not accountant clerk. Show me only those data. I want to exclude. This is the other way of excluding the data. Is there any way I can exclude this one? Yes, you can use where job equal to clerk or accountant. You can use that one also. The same query, okay, where job is equal to clerk or job equal to accountant. Can I use this way? Will it work? Will it work? Withdraw. Okay, fine. I just check this one. Yeah, both of them are same. Am I correct? Let me do one thing. I just do go here. Execute this one. In both the cases, but it is different, right? It is slightly different. And okay, one second. Not in. Okay, here I have used clerk. Okay, clerk. Okay, where job not equal to clerk or job not equal to accountant. So we can use this one also, right? The not equal to. And in this case, not equal to clerk. Okay, and in this, sorry, here, not in clerk, and I use and here. Or the same or different? One second, I'm making it. One second, one second. One second, I got a call from office. You just think about it. So we can write the same query in two different ways. Both the queries are producing same output. Which one is better? Of these two queries, which one is better? Okay, so this is where you need to become an expert. Okay, once you become an expert, you will be in a position to do the performance tuning, everything. So, but with this less data, you cannot decide. Okay, and look here, both the cases, it is using primary key number, primary key cost is 100%, 100%. But with small volume of data, you cannot find out the difference. Okay, with any of I have other data set where we have reasonably good amount of data is available. With that, we can find out. But this is how you need to rewrite the query. Supposing this query takes longer time, okay, and probably rewrite the query with the different logic, but both of them should produce the same output. Okay, different logic, and with that, which one is performing well, you need to go by that. You understood, right? Yeah. Is there any other alternative way we can write this query to produce the same output? Just think about it. See, the internet, yeah, everything is available, but can you try this one? You need to try different options. Start with simple always. One second. Why it is? Sorry, sir. I need to click on this one. Okay, and what are the other things? Okay, I wanted to concat both here the employee name is their job is there, right? Okay, I wanted to produce an output wherein, so in this we have manager column is there. We wanted to see which employees are reporting to which employee, which manager, okay? Which employee is reporting to which manager or something like that. How can we see that? How can we see that? Here we have the employee table and we have employee number, and then the manager is there. Okay, I just select this query, execute this query, and you can see that okay, here we don't have the manager column. Okay, I just check the number in the manager column. Comma MGR. We have MGR is available from employee table. So here the employee number is required. Emp number to compare both the manager column and employee number column. So employee number 7369, and for this employee, the manager is 7902. Where it is the 7902? 7902 Ford. Okay. For Smith, the manager is Ford. And similarly for Allen, 7698. 7698 is Blake. For Allen, manager is Blake. How can you display which employee is reporting to which manager? Manager name needs to be displayed. How can we do that? This is slightly bit different in this query. Okay, little bit advanced one, and I just use the same thing here and I just copy paste it here. And here what I do is select e name. Okay, and the next one is, how do you concatenate the columns? How do you concatenate the column with some string? We have seen concat function, but apart from this, we have something called plus. With plus, you can concatenate a string with a column, a string with another string, a string with a column, table column. Okay. You can concatenate two columns with plus sign also. Plus, okay. And here I just put works for. Okay, works for plus. The works for is a string. I just want to concatenate that with the employee name. And I just put the employee name again here because this employee name is the staff and this employee name is the manager name. Okay. We will see how it works. Okay. Here from employee. From employee. And where e dot, so or I just give some name here, employee. Here I just give some e something like that, and next one is, and I give e employee another same table as m. Okay, where e dot mgr is equal to m dot employee number. Both the manager and employee number have the employee number detail, but for each corresponding employee number in the MGR column, it displays the reporting manager's employee number. Now we wanted to see which employees are reporting to which employer. Okay. And in this case, I have used the same table more than one time. E dot e name and m dot e name. Okay. Let us see what happens first. And in this case, yeah, I just leave space here and here. You remember Alan was reporting to Blake. It is kind of a self-join, right? Same table we are joining the data. But fortunately, in the same table, we have two key columns. The MGR is one key column and the employee number is a key column. But the employee number is the primary key column, whereas The MGR is not the primary key column, but still we can do the joining here with these two columns, right? Where these two. So what is happening here is it takes the employee name from this table, the same table, works for connected with this one, okay, where MGR number equal to M dot emp number. Okay, here we are joining these two columns, okay, to get this information. This is called your self join. Joining the same table to itself is called your self join. This is a little bit difficult to understand, but anyhow it is very simple. For example, employee table and department table. I want to select the columns from these two tables. For example, employee name, comma, department name. Since I wanted to query the columns from more than one table, I need to use the joining condition. In the joining condition, I need to specify the two tables, common column. If it is more than one, but in this case, we have the primary key and it's kind of a foreign key, right? The manager is a kind of foreign key. Both of them are available in the same table. In that case, you need to treat these two as two different tables. So here you are taking the employee name, here you are taking the manager name. Okay. So in that case, you are querying the employee name from here, manager name here by joining these two things. It's somewhat similar to that. Okay. But in this case, both the columns like employee number and the employee number in the form of MGR is available in the same table. You need to use it more than one time. Okay. This is called your self join. And so this is the foundation. You should be knowing it, how to use not equal to, how to use not like something like, yes, I just go up. Like, not like, something like not in. You can use not also here. Okay. Name, not like, not like, except the person's Smith, right? Except Smith, or display the employee names, whose name not end with H. You can use not also here. Okay. What else we can try? What else we can try? One second, I'm getting a call, right? Give me a second. Just give me a second. Again, so today is some release is happening. Just give me a second. So, all right. So the next one is this, right? What other things we can see that the salary column, commission is there? Probably yes, average salary. I want to see the average salary drawn by the employees. Select. We have something called average. AVG function is available. Average of sal from employee table. This is simple. Average function is available. We can find the average salary that we are giving it to our employees, 2073. Fine. And I want to find out, those employees, whose salary is greater than the average salary. Okay, whose salary is greater than the average salary. How can we find out? I want to find out the employees whose salary is greater than the average salary of all the employees. How can you find out? Select e-name, comma, salary from employee table. Obviously, we need to have some where clause to filter it, right? Employee where Which one we want to? We want to check the salary drawn by the employee and whose salary is greater than the average salary. So the average salary, we know 2073. I can type it here. This is one way of doing it. So these employees' salaries are, but here I don't know. In this case, I know the average. But in my case, the real world scenario, the volume of it is very, very huge. And again, every day the data are getting added or deleted. In that case, I want to make it dynamic. I want to combine these two SQL queries. How can I do that? Salary. Here I'm going to put this one here. This is what your subquery. And is greater than, let's see if this is one, right? So if this one is going to work or not. And it's the syntax near select, right? Select is greater than, okay. In this case, where salary is, can we use like this? Can we do it like this? How can we find out this one average salary here? How can you find out this one here? The subquery, when I cover this subquery, you will get to know that, but still, why don't you give it a try here? From employee table. Okay, here I just use the parenthesis here. Will that solve this problem? Everything is correct. Just because of the parenthesis, it was not working well. If I use select average of salary, it is giving me the average salary. But if I put it, after the greater than thing, it is working fine. But we don't want to do hard coding. We don't want to select the value, query. We don't want two queries here. Query, use one query and get the value. And then, we don't want to do that manually like this. I wanted to, is there any way I can combine this? Yes, it is possible. But if you don't use the parenthesis, it is not giving that. And if you see here, we know very well 2073 is the average salary. And these employees' salaries are, drawing more than the average salary. So this is called your subquery. Anyhow, we'll discuss about the subquery and correlated subquery in the next session. Okay, and now what we will do is we will see that one. What are the other things we can try it out? Yes. So now, if I want to find out the second highest salary, how can I find the second highest salary? How can I? Different approaches are there. I'm not going to use the dense or rank function. Okay. I'm going to use simple select max of salary from my employee table. Okay. And here, where salary is less than select. Okay, the same thing. Select max of salary from employee. Will this query work? First of all, let us break this logic into smaller pieces. Start with the smaller thing. And if I give like this, it gives me the highest salary, 5,000. Lowest salary minimum, min function. Max will give you the maximum thing, 5,000. If I give like this, what is going to happen? If I use select max of salary from employee, where salary is, max of salary is 5,000. 5,000 is less than 5,000. It is not true. It will skip it. Okay. And what will happen? The next highest salary it will display here. See, this is how it works. Since our friend asked this question, who Chandra Kumar, right? And here, if you see here, what is the highest salary? 5,000. What is the second highest salary? 5,000. And okay, I'll do one thing. I will just put it like this. Sorry, order by salary. Salary descending. Yeah, next to highest salary is 30. The first highest salary is 5,000. The second highest salary is 3,000 and 3,000. Okay. And rest of them are third highest salary. Okay. This is third highest salary and all. But here, this logic is very, interesting one. In this case, the maximum salary is 5,000. What happens is it finds the, maximum salary from this employee table. Maximum salary is 5,000. And where salary is less than 5,000 is less than 5,000 is not true, right? Hence, it goes to the next record. And the second highest salary, let's do one thing. I just execute this one, 3,000. It gives me the second highest salary. First is select the maximum salary from the employee table where salary is less than this one. No, it is 5,000 is not 5,000. So the next one is the 3,000. It returns the 3,000. So this is okay. Here the logic is the max of salary retrieves the highest salary. The outer query, what is the outer query? Retrieve the maximum salary, which is less than the highest salary, right? The outer query tells us the maximum salary. See in the out. See, this is your outer query. Okay, this is your outer query, and this is your inner query. Inner query is your sub query. Okay, in the case of sub query, it gives me the highest salary. There is no doubt. In the outer query, what happens is, even in the outer query, we are using the max function to find out the maximum salary, which is less than the highest salary. Okay. Here, the var class, it filters out any salary that are equal to the highest salary. It filters out any salary that are equal to the highest salary. So, obviously, the result is the second highest salary. Here, I just give the column name as second highest salary. As second the var class, since we have used the var class, we are filtering it out, right? We are filtering the first record, okay? The filtering, when we filter this one, what will we are left with the second highest salary, okay? And we can also use the dense rank function. That is the analytical function, okay? When I explain many of we will see the analytical function also. With that also we can find out, okay? And the other alternative is something like we can use we can use in the from class in query, we can use inline query. So what is inline query? Inline query, the from class itself, we can, instead of using the table name, in the from class also you can use a query. Okay. If you want to see the second highest salary, is there any other alternative? Yes, I'm going to rewrite this query. In this case, I just go and say top one salary. Yes, Pavitra, I'm going to wrap up. Don't worry. Okay. With this, I'm going to wrap up. In the from class, I'm going to use a query here. Okay. This is also called the inner query. Okay. Sub query is different. This is inner query. This is outer query. But here we use the term called inline view. Inline view. In the from class itself, we can. In the inline view, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the distinct two. I'm going to use a distinct. Select distinct. Distinct will remove the duplicate values. Okay. And here I'm going to say salary column. Salary column. Sorry, distinct top two. Okay. It's distinct top. Okay. Select the unique values of the salary. And again, of those unique salary, select only top two. Okay. Top two salary. Okay. And next one is from employee table. Obviously, I have to specify order by, isn't it? Order by salary descending. And this one, I'm going to give some alias name for this inline query. This I say salary table. And in the outer one, I just say order by sal. Here I'm going to give ascending. Don't worry, I'll explain the logic. 3,000. Okay. And in this case, it was giving me the 3,000. Even in this case, it is giving me. So we know very well, we have explored already the distinct. You remember, now you understood, right? If I teach you upfront, you will not be able. Distinct gives you the distinct values. We have used distinct with job column, isn't it? You remember a while back I used it. In this case, what does this inner query does? Or the inline view or the inner query? You can call this the inner query. It selects the top two distinct salaries from this table and ordered in descending order. We ordered it in descending order. Top two salary ordered in descending order. Okay, and what is the next thing? The outer query, what it does? The outer query select the top one salary from the previous salary, which represent the second highest salary in this employee table. Okay. But the results are ordered in ascending order to get the second highest salary. So how it works? Okay. But in this case, the challenge here is the second highest salary, two records are there, ties are there. What do you mean by ties? Those of you worked in Power BI, you know ties. Obviously, you must have used rank X function, right? And if the same rank is given to more than one person, that is called ties. And for example, here, where is the descending thing? I removed it. Okay. The highest salary is 5,000. The first highest salary. Second highest salary 3,000. But there is a tie here. Two guys are getting the same salary. There is a tie here. Okay, in this case, what happens? It returns only one value of these tied values. Okay, because the second highest salary, two people are getting second highest salary. Since the second highest salary is same value, right? This is called your ties. Okay. If you wanted to display all the tied values, you need to rewrite the query. You need to rewrite the query. For that, we have different options. Before even we get in there, tying all the things, how this logic works. And you can split this one and then you just execute one after the other. The distinct top, this is very clear, right? If you give like this, 5,000, and you are using descending order on the salary and you are limiting with two records only, right? Give me the top two salary. In this case, I'm removing the distinct here. So I'm using the distinct. Distinct gives me only the unique values. Okay. And okay, now we are getting top two salary here, 5,000 and 3,000. And what is happening in the outer query here? What is happening in the outer query? Okay. The outer query, it selects the top one salary. Okay. And in this case, what is the top one salary? 5,000, right? Top one salary from the salary table, order by sale, and here what is happening is, and the salary table, right? Order by salary and ascending order. This is very interesting one, right? The outer query selects the top one salary. Okay. From which query? Which query? Top one salary from the previous query, right? And that represents the second highest salary in the employee table. That is how it works. But here we are smartly using order by salary ascending. Look here, if I do this one, yes, Pavitra, I understood. It is late. We can, well, yeah, what we will do is we will discuss this in detail on this Monday night. Okay, Monday we will continue the training. But 8:30 seems to be okay for me. But before 8:30, right? It will be a little bit because 9 is also too late. Ideally, we can start by 8:30. 8:30 to 10 we will continue 1.5 hour. Okay. But 1 hour, if you take, right, I will not be able to cover many things. These are the important thing. Second highest salary and nth highest salary. How can for any, if you want to say the 20th highest salary or fifth highest salary, how can I find out? This is very important thing. But here it is pretty clear, right? The max of salary from employee gives me, but whereas here we are filtering it out. Salary is less than 5,000. So what happens is less than 5,000 is your next salary is 3,000. But since we are not using loop here, it is not going to the entire table, right? It is not going to the entire table data. See, select max salary. It gives me 5,000. The outer query also select the 5,000, but where salary is less than 5,000. In this case, what happens? We are using the filtering condition. See, with the filtering condition, what we are doing is we are removing salary is less than 5,000. What will happen is obviously the next one is your 3,000. 3,000 only will get displayed. Okay. And this is how it works. And the alternative approach is this one. Okay. This one again, I will explain it in detail. And it requires some time for you to understand. You understood? This Monday, I'll explain this one also. Okay. And again, for any given value, for example, somebody is asking, give me top fifth salary drawn by the employee, top 20th. We'll explain with the dense rank without using analytical function how we can, that also I'll show you. And also we'll see all the important thing. How do you find the duplicate records from a table? How do we remove the duplicate records from everything? We'll cover it. But so we will have to start with the basics. Without basics, if you jump here and there, you will not be able to understand. Okay. Any questions? Okay, this video, yes. See, bear with me. This Monday we'll upload all these videos. Okay, and as of yesterday, I think whatever we got, we uploaded. And since tomorrow being holiday, most of them are not available. I'll ask them to upload it on this Monday. But whatever, yes, Pavitra, I'll share this script also. Whatever I got in today's session, I'll share it. Okay, don't worry. Yes, assignment also I'll try to give you. Okay, but it's too early to give. Yeah, I'll try to give some assignments. But Monday I will be covering the subquery, correlated subquery, and what is the difference between these two. And even the subquery itself, 3 types are there: scalar subquery, and we have 2 other different types of subqueries, which I will discuss it in detail on this Monday. With that, you'll be able to understand all these things very clearly. Okay. Fine. Since you don't have any questions, I'm going to wrap up the session. We will circle back on this Monday, 8:30 p.m. night. Okay. Tomorrow, no session.